With over 1,700 different skins in Fortnite, it can be really hard to find the best skin in the game, but a lot of pros and streamers do use some of the sweatiest and best looking skins in Fortnite. So if you guys want to copy your favorite pro or streamer skin, then this is the video for you, because today guys, we're looking at 21 skins Fortnite pros made. This is going to include some of the biggest Fortnite pros in the world, like Cypher PK, Clix, Booger, Nick, A30, Somerset, and so much more. So make sure you guys watch all the way through to find out what your favorite pro's main skin is. Make sure to go down and hit the like and the subscribe button if you are new as well. And we may as well start off with our first skin, guys, and this is Chun-Li. Now, this has actually been made by the one and only Cypher PK. He does change around his skins all the time and uses pretty much every single skin that does get added to Fortnite, but I feel like since Chapter 2, he has actually mained Chun-Li quite a bit, and this is definitely one of the more popular skins that he has ended up using. I really like this skin. It is a collab skin in Fortnite as well. Sometimes the collab skins end up becoming tryhard, and sometimes they just end up becoming some of the most underrated skins in the game. Chun-Li was tryhard when it first got added, but she has dropped off quite a bit now to the point where we hardly see anyone using it. But if Cypher PK does start using this a lot more in Chapter 5, I feel like it could very easily become one of the more tryhard skins that we do actually see. One skin that is actually quite similar to this though would have to be Eevee, and this is actually being mained by Noah W Plays. Now, Noah is one of the best Fortnite players in the world. He has been doing a lot of duo competitions with Typical Gamer as well, and that has really helped him blow up not only on streams, but also on YouTube as well. I feel like his main skin has to be Eevee. He is pretty similar to Cypher PK, where he does change around his skins all the time, but this is definitely the skin that he does use most often. We see him using it in some of the biggest tournaments as well. He's always grinding out the ranked game mode and using Eevee. I feel like the blue pants edit style is probably the edit style he has been using more often. This is my favorite one as well. I feel like the red pants edit style was also really clean, but the blue style is just a little bit better. We don't really see too many people using this in Fortnite today though, because it was part of a battle pass in Chapter 4, and as you guys know, battle pass skins tend to die down very quickly once that season ends. I would love for this to become more popular in Fortnite today, but I just don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. But one skin that could actually become a lot more popular is going to be Padme. This is definitely considered a tryout skin in Fortnite today, and it has been mained by Noah Riley. Noah Riley is one of the best European players in the world right now. He has basically won money in nearly every single tournament, which is actually kind of insane, and has always been one of the best Fortnite players. He has made a bunch of iconic skins in the past, but I feel like over the last few seasons, we have seen him actually using Padme quite a bit. This is really unique because I love Padme. I think Padme is an amazing skin to use, and by far the sweatiest skin from the Star Wars franchise as well, but I feel like because it is part of the Star Wars franchise, that is actually what is holding this skin back a lot from reaching its full potential. I mean, if this was just a regular Fortnite skin, then we would see so many people using it today, but because it is part of the Star Wars franchise, it is just really underrated to the point where no one uses it. Padme is a really good choice though, so if you guys do like the way this skin looks, make sure you pick it up the next time it's in the store. But one skin that always seems to be featuring in the item shop are the superhero skins. Now, these are mained by so many different pros and streamers, but right now we need to talk about Tayson. Tayson is easily one of the best Fortnite players in the world. He has won so many FNCS tournaments, and even though he doesn't stream or upload on YouTube too much anymore, he has still been maining these superhero skins. We see him using these a bunch. Whenever he does stream or post on YouTube, chances are he's going to be using these skins, and whenever there are tournaments going on in Fortnite as well, it seems like he is using the fully white or the fully black edit style of the superhero skins. I just feel like these are some of the most tryout skins that we are ever going to see. They have been popular since they were first added in Chapter 2 Season 4, and the fact that they are still popular today and very tryout just shows you guys how good they actually are. My only wish for these skins though is that people would start to be a little bit more creative with them and use some of the other color styles that we don't really see too many other people using. That would be the best way to make these skins even better, but honestly it doesn't look like that's going to happen anytime soon. Let's move on guys, and next up we have Focus. Focus is a skin that Tayson has used in the past as well, but right now it is being mained by Reet. Reet has been using this skin pretty much since it was added to Fortnite back during Chapter 1 Season 8. We do have two styles for this skin now in the game, but I feel like Reet tends to use the default style of this or just the original style. It is such an amazing edit style, and he also helped this become known as a controller only skin as well. We saw so many tryhard players using this back during Chapter 2 and Chapter 3, but most of them ended up being controller players. I think that is really funny Channy. It is a really cool touch as well, and just adds to how unique this skin actually is. It wasn't used by every single player, it was really only used by controller players, so if you are a controller player and like the way this skin looks, then this is definitely one I recommend you buy today. Reed does change around his skins quite a bit now in tournaments, but I still feel like whenever he is having a bad game or wants to change to an older skin, Focus is the skin that he always goes to. We do see a lot of controller players also using the Surf Witch, but for right now I feel like the Surf Witch is actually being mained by Halo BT. He's been using this for a really long time. He used to main Galaxia back during Chapter 2 and Chapter 3, which is so interesting because I never really saw Galaxia getting the popularity that it deserved. That was obviously the first ever Fortnite crew skin that we had in the game, but now in Chapter 4 and Chapter 5, he has been using the Surf Witch a lot. This is one of the most try-out skins we are ever going to see. There are so many pros and streamers in the history of Fortnite that have been using this, and that probably won't change too much as we move throughout this season. It might have dropped off in popularity, but whenever you play in the ranked game mode or in tournaments, you will always come across at least one person using this skin. It is also really interesting because we do have two different styles for this, but the default style is the only style that people seem to use. We never see people using the secondary edit style, which is really interesting. I think Fortnite could also add even more styles for this in the future, so I wouldn't be surprised if that does happen over the next few seasons. We probably won't see too many edit styles in our next skin though, and this is the Recon Expert. The Recon Expert is actually being mained by FaZe Sway in Fortnite Chapter 5 Season 2. Now you guys might be surprised by this because FaZe Sway does use a bunch of different Fortnite skins, but I feel like at the moment the Recon Expert is one of his go-to skins. It is really cool to see some of the biggest Fortnite pros in the world going back to using some of the most OG skins. The Recon Expert has been in the game since Chapter 1 Season 1. It was actually one of the rarest skins we had ever seen as well, and then they did decide to add this back to the store in Chapter 2, which might have ruined it a little bit and made it a lot less tryhard than it was, but I still feel like it is a really cool skin, and one skin that FaZe Sway has been maining at the moment. FaZe Sway is one of the only pros in the world that seems to use a skin for a few months and then change it around to a brand new skin and then use that one consistently for another few months. Usually a lot of Fortnite pros and streamers change around their skins almost every other game, so FaZe Sway is definitely one of the most dedicated pros in the world to actually using the same skin, which I actually think is a really cool touch. Let's move on guys to our next skin, and this is ISO. This is one of the most detailed skins in the game, and it is actually being mained by Malabuka. I am a huge fan of this. We see so many pros and streamers using some of the more simplistic skins in the game, but ISO is one of the most detailed skins we are ever going to see, and it's just really cool to see one of the biggest Fortnite pros in the world using this as well. I love this skin a lot. It is so well designed, it is so detailed, and if this does get more attention and more popularity in the future, that is a really good thing for Fortnite because it shows them that it is worth putting time and effort into designing some very highly animated and reactive skins. If the more simplistic Fortnite skins always seem to be the more popular ones, then Fortnite really wouldn't have any incentive to add some of the more detailed skins. So with pros like Malabuka actually bringing attention to ISO and some of the other highly detailed skins, I feel like Fortnite are only going to continue to add some amazing skins to the game in the future. I would also love to see some edit styles for this added over the next few seasons, and Fortnite are definitely paying attention to this because we did just get some brand new edit styles for Siren added at the start of Chapter 5. This is being made by so many different pros, but we just had to include Benjyfishy for this. He's one of the biggest Fortnite pros in the world, even though he doesn't play the game too much anymore. I feel like the skins and pickaxes that he did end up using when he was playing Fortnite left such an impression on the Fortnite community that they became some of the most popular items in the history of the game, so we just had to include it. You always saw him using Siren with the Leviathan axe or the Star Wand, and as you guys know, those are two of the most popular pickaxes in the history of the game, so I feel like it was just worth including Benjyfishy in this video. He obviously did end up using the default style of Siren. He had pretty much quit Fortnite when we got the red edit style of Siren added in Chapter 5 Season 1, but when Chapter 5 launched, we did see him come back to Fortnite for a few streams, and he was actually using this red edit style. I think that is my personal favorite. It is just so well designed, and honestly, Siren has just been one of the most tryhard and popular skins in the history of the game, so we had to include it on this list as well. One pro that doesn't really main a skin in Fortnite though has to be Typical Gamer. Now, Typical Gamer is one of the more interesting Fortnite players because he uses pretty much every single skin that gets added to the store. No, that is not an exaggeration. He literally uses every single skin that has ever been added to the game. Whenever we get new skins added to the item shop, he always makes sure to buy them straight away. He buys his way through the entire battle pass to use all of the best skins on day one. He buys all of the bundles, he has all of the exclusive skins, and there's only like 10 skins in the history of the game that he actually doesn't own. It is honestly kind of crazy when you think about it. He would have spent over $10,000 on his Fortnite account just to make it as good as it actually is. It is always really cool to see some of the biggest pros and streamers in the world still buying some of the newest items. I think that is only helping to increase the popularity of them, and since Typical Gamer has such a big following, I feel like whatever skin he does end up using on that day, it is going to gain a lot of popularity and probably become quite tryhard as well. He's been using Kyro quite a bit because this was just added to the game, but I guarantee you guys, by the time you are watching this video, he's going to be already using a completely different skin. But let's move on to a pro that uses just one skin, and this is Channy. Now, Channy is being made by Booga at the moment, but I'm sure he is pretty similar to a lot of other pros and will change this around quite a bit. We've seen him using these superhero skins in the past. He's used Focus a bunch. He has gone from Siren as well, and even Padme, but I feel like at the moment, Channy is the skin that he's been using. It is really cool to see this becoming more popular in Fortnite. It was first added back during Chapter 2 and never really got the popularity that it deserved. We did see pros like Mongraal and Metro actually using this quite a bit in some of the big tournaments, but it did drop off a lot because no one ended up buying it. I honestly thought when we got a second June movie as well, we would see more edit styles for this skin being added, or at least more skins from the June franchise being added to the game, but unfortunately that hasn't happened yet, and it doesn't look like that will happen in the future. Booga is definitely one of the biggest Fortnite pros in the world though, so I feel like most skins that he does end up using will become popular and tryhard, and that can definitely be said for Channy. Let's move on to another really amazing Fortnite skin, guys, and this is Focus. And instead of using the default edit style, we are actually going to be talking about the black edit style that was added for this skin over the last few seasons. This is being made by Moneymaker at the moment. I feel like it is really cool to see new pros and streamers becoming popular, and Moneymaker is definitely new to the streaming game, but he is one of the most popular and influential streamers already in Europe. I think that is so cool to see. He has been using a bunch of different skins as well, but I feel like when it comes to tournaments and of course cash cups, he does end up using the secondary edit style of Focus. Obviously, we already talked about the default edit style, but honestly, I feel like the newer edit style is my favorite. It just has a really cool color design. It does look a little bit different to the original style whilst still keeping the same design aspect to it, and this is definitely known as a controller skin because Moneymaker plays on controller. So I feel like he really fits in with the niche of this skin. But let's move on to a skin that hasn't really been that popular in the past, and this is Dizzy. Dizzy is currently being mained by Blake. This is actually a skin that he's made pretty much since it was first added to the game. He stopped using it for quite a while, but I feel like now in Chapter 5 Season 1, he actually has been using this a lot. I really like this skin. It is one of the rarest skins on this list though, because it will never be added back to the game. It was part of a starter pack, so you could pick it up for $4, but obviously since it will never be added back, it is only going to get more and more rare. It does help him stand out a lot. I feel like that is a really cool touch, and it is always cool to see pros and streamers not just using item shop skins, but also starter pack skins that you did have to buy. One skin that was a little bit more expensive than this though has to be the Canadian Mogul Master, and there is only one pro in the world that is maining this, and that is Nick A30. He's one of the biggest Fortnite pros and streamers in the world today, and he's been using this skin pretty much since it was first added in Chapter 1 Season 2. These are very expensive though. They do cost 1,500 V-Bucks each. It isn't one skin with just a bunch of different styles. You literally have to buy every single style for this skin. I think that is kind of insane. I do love the way these look a lot though. I feel like the Mogul Masters are always going to be try-hard skins in Fortnite, and that isn't going to change anytime soon. We do see a bunch of pros and streamers using some of the other edit styles for this, but I feel like the only person in the world that is using the Canadian Mogul Master would have to be Nick A30. Let's move on though to a much newer skin, guys, and this is Odyssey. Now, Odyssey is one of the more interesting skins that we have seen being added to the game, and this is actually being made by Courage JD. Now, what is really cool about Odyssey is that this actually changes depending on what rank you get in the ranked game mode. So if you are a casual Fortnite player and don't really grind out ranked, then this isn't really a skin that you are going to want to use. But if you grind out ranked all the time and you are in the Unreal game mode, then this is a skin that you need to buy. I feel like it is so cool that Fortnite are finally adding skins in that have a little bit of an incentive for people to grind out the ranked game mode. We've been waiting for this for such a long time, but the only downside for this is that you actually had to buy this skin. It wasn't given out for free or as a reward for reaching a certain certain rank in the ranked game mode. I feel like that would have helped this become a lot more popular, but with pros and streamers like Courage JD using it, I feel like it will gain a little bit more popularity, and hopefully more and more people can start using it as well. I am excited to see Fortnite continue to add more edit styles for this as we do progress throughout Chapter 5, but we're just going to have to wait and see. But let's move on, guys, to our next skin, and this is Channy. Now, we have already talked about this, but I thought we had to mention it again because this is a skin that I have been maining, and since some of you guys are really interested in the skins that I use, I thought we would include this on the list. Channy is easily one of my favorite skins we've seen in Fortnite. Not that many people have been maining it. It is a really underrated skin, but I feel like it just has such a good design, and that is probably the reason that I've been using it since it was first added in Chapter 2. I was hoping that we would get some more edit styles for this when June 2 did come out, but as we already mentioned, we didn't end up getting them, which really does suck. That could always happen in the future. We have seen some edit styles just being added randomly later on in Fortnite, so that could always happen over the next few weeks, but it doesn't look like that's going to ever happen. If you guys do want to know some other skins that I've been using a bunch that no one else really talks about, then I may as well also mention Pit Stop and Hannah. These are two of my other favorites that no one seems to use, but I feel like they are definitely worth mentioning on this list. Let's move on, guys, to a pro that has definitely been using these in the past, and that is Ninja. Now, Ninja is pretty similar to Typical Gamer, where he pretty much just uses every single skin that has ever been added to Fortnite. He doesn't main one or two different skins. He changes them around almost every single day, and he does also have his very own Icon series skin added to the game, and does use this quite a bit as well. I think that is really cool to see. There are a lot of pros and streamers in Fortnite that do have their very own Icon series skin, but never seem to use them, which is a little crazy to me because I think it is so cool to actually have your very own skin added to the game. But I do also understand that people want to change around their skins quite a bit and use some of the newer skins that we actually have. Similar to Typical Gamer though, I feel like Ninja changes around his skin almost every single day, and whenever you see him playing Fortnite, regardless of if it's in zero builds or in the competitive game modes, he's probably always going to be changing around his skins a lot. One skin that he probably hasn't used too much in the past though would have to be Lara Croft, and this is actually being mained by Somerset. We see so many people using Lara Croft in Fortnite, but I feel like Somerset is one of the best pros in the world that is still using this skin today. She does also change around which edit style she is using quite a bit, from the default style to the golden edit styles and the green edit style, but there is no doubt that the default edit style has been the best one. This is easily the most popular variant of this skin. It is probably the most tryhard one that we are ever going to see as well, and it is kind of crazy that this skin is still popular in Fortnite today. Usually a lot of Battle Pass skins die off after that season ends, but Lara Croft has still been popular after like 3 years, which is kind of insane and almost hard to believe. I thought this was going to drop off at the start of Chapter 5, but we still see so many people using it, so I guess it'll probably be one of the more tryhard skins pretty much up until Chapter 5 finishes. We haven't really mentioned too many male skins in this video though, so let's move on, guys, to Travis Scott, and we may as well mention Ascendant Midas as well. Now, this is actually being mained by Mr. Savage. We had to mention both of these skins because Mr. Savage does change around his skins quite a bit, but he only ever seems to use the male skins in Fortnite. There was a point in time where he mained Midas all the time, but I feel like lately he has been using Travis Scott quite a bit, and also Ascendant Midas, just because it is one of the newer skins that we have in the game. Ascendant Midas is easily one of the best designed skins of all time, but I feel like it just doesn't have the popularity that it deserves, especially in the more competitive game modes. So if you do want to use a tryhard male skin, then Travis Scott is going to be the way to go. This is just one of those skins that so many pros and streamers have been using, and it is really one of the only tryhard male skins that we do actually have in Chapter 5. Another really good male skin that we just need to mention though is going to be the Psycho Bandit, and this is being mained by Mongraal. I'm sure a lot of you guys saw this coming. Mongraal is one of the best Fortnite players in the world, and he is also Mr. Savage's duo, and since Mr. Savage uses male skins, it just makes sense that Mongraal uses them as well. I love the Psycho Bandit a lot. I think it is one of the cleanest Fortnite skins we're ever going to see, and with a Borderlands movie coming out very soon, we could actually see this being added back to the item shop for the first time since Chapter 1, which would allow so many people to buy it. This has actually been quite rare because we only saw it featuring in the store once, so if you guys have missed out on buying it and do want to buy it in the future, then you might actually have the opportunity to buy it very, very soon. But let's move on to a skin that I've never really talked about on the channel before, and this is Aubrey. Now, this is one of the most unique skins we're ever going to see, and it is actually currently being mained by Clix. Yes guys, Clix has been using this in Chapter 5 Season 2. It is one of the most unique skins we are ever going to see. When I first saw this skin, I thought it would become quite tryhard, but I didn't know how popular it would be, and I didn't really expect too many pros or streamers to be using it either, but we have seen Clix using it on and off over the last few weeks, and I feel like that has really helped the popularity of this, and hopefully it means that it will become quite tryhard and popular in the future. I am a big fan of this though. This skin is just so well designed, it is so clean, and not only does it work as a tryhard skin, but it also works as a meme skin as well. So if you guys don't take the game too seriously, but you can also become very sweaty if it is in the final 2 or 3 players and you really want to get a win, then this is a skin I would definitely recommend using. But there you guys go, that is my entire video talking about the best Fortnite skins that your favorite pros main. Make sure to let me know in the comments down below who your favorite streamer is, and I'll see you guys in the next video.